Ghouls and Gals, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Hillary, and if you are a returning subscriber, then you must be a crazy hilly, and welcome back. I just wanted to say I'm sorry if the sound quality is off and the video quality is off. I'm not using my regular camera, and unfortunately my microphone goes with my regular camera, and I couldn't find a clip, and I've had a very terrible time, so that is why this video is a little bit late. And also, if the sound is not up to par, I apologize. Hopefully this error will be fixed by next video. So apart from all that, let's just get right on into it. Tonight we're going to be covering the Aokigahara Forest in Japan. The Aokigahara Forest is known as Japan's suicide forest. And this forest, without question, is one of the most scariest places in the world. People often go through there and find human remains, clothing, body parts, tents. It's not really a nice place. Like it's not a nice place to venture into if you're just going for a leisurely stroll. But of course, that's not the only reason that a lot of people do go there and don't go there. It's at this forest is at the base of Mount Fuji, and it's a bunch of lava rocks with trees on it. So it is very, very easy to get lost. And actually, there is a lot of signs that are displayed asking people not to go in and take their own lives outside, just so that they don't venture in. There is no cell service there, so you can't get cell service. So a lot of people, when they venture in, will, if they're contemplating whether or not to take their own life, they will tie a ribbon to a tree and they will walk out and they'll stay there for a couple days and either return or they won't. In Japanese mythology, it's said to be one of the most haunted places in the world, and it's said that the ghosts, what they call yuri, haunt the base of the mountain, which is basically a ghost that has died a terrible, unnatural death that is kind of just stuck to roam around that area. So that's a big reason why the locals don't go anywhere near this place. And not only ghosts are said to haunt it, but also demons. So, like, cool. I'm gonna go through and tell you some of the most creepy things that have taken place in this forest, and the first one is the curse. Now, during a Vice documentary back in the day, there were some people wandering in the forest, looking around, and they came across a Jack Skellington figure that was nailed to a tree. The doll had its face cut off and was nailed to the tree in a sort of upside down crucifixion kind of way. The guide that happened to be with Vice while they were doing all this said that the man or woman must have nailed this Jack to the tree as contempt for society. And it's not like, it's pretty normal for people that are leaving the world when they go there to go do what they're gonna do, to leave a curse on the world that they are leaving. So a lot of people go and curse this land like it needs any more curses, because like people are already going there. They do not even publicize how many people go in and do not return or come out, because they don't want to draw any more attention to it than it already has, even though it's like a worldwide thing. There are movies about this place. There's a movie called The Forest. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen it, but that's one of them that's about this particular forest. The next story that I'm going to go into is called Cut Tape. And like I mentioned before, because of how this forest is on rock, it has a lot of iron in the soil, which makes GPSs not work, cell phones not work. So a lot of people that are contemplating taking their own life will tie a piece of ribbon to a tree and venture out into the abyss of these trees. And it is said that whether or not it's a person, a demon, or whatever, some people will go and purposely cut, or a demon, not just people, whatever, will purposely go and cut these ribbon while people are out there. And if the ribbon is cut, they can't find their way back to where they were. There's no GPS, there's no phone, you can't call your mom, you can't call the cops. You can't even call your best friend because you're in a dead zone. So if this string breaks, whether from a demonic entity, a ghost, or just a random person that is going to be a jerk, you're stuck in the forest and you can't get out. The next one is called the Mysterious Scream, and this seems to happen a lot in this forest, where this one particular story was of a man who was around the forest or in the area, and he heard a loud, high-pitched scream. And obviously he thought someone was in trouble. He went to go help. He went to go look. And when he went in, right where he heard the source of it, like where he heard the scream coming from, he went and there was a deceased man up against the tree. And that was exactly the spot where he heard the scream. And many people believe that it is the Yuri that do this. They scream, and this man had obviously been deceased for a long time, so it couldn't have been him screaming, but it may have been his spirit screaming. And that's how he was discovered. Other stories about this forest is that people will see literal white figures walking in between the trees, and they're supposed to be full body apparitions of spirits. A lot of people say that if you go in here, these spirits will almost lure you out. They'll lure you farther and farther out until you don't know where you are. So even if you weren't going there, say you're just going there to look for, I don't know, why would you go? I guess say you were just going to the forest to go to the forest, you may get lost because one of these apparitions could lure you deeper inside and you may never come back out. So given the proximity that Aokigahara has to Mount Fuji, a lot of monks say, you know, it's a very spiritual land, and they go in there and they put these altars up and they build these things to combat the evil spirits, because they literally believe that the spirits inside this forest call people to come, and it's kind of like a trap. They call them to come here and take their own lives. So they put these special altars inside the forest and build them there to try and combat the evil spirits that may roam around in this forest. Whether or not that works, I'm going to say probably not, because people still do it. So, like, that sucks. So even though there's, like, all these stories about it, it's not a place that I would want to go camping. Although I don't think it's even allowed. You're not really allowed to go pitch a tent in there. But again, I think that this place is really haunted. I'm going to put my seal on it that it is really haunted, because I don't understand the draw that people have to just go there. And it kind of seems like there are places all over the world where there is this certain draw for people to go and do things like this. I don't know if it's the spirits that are there. I don't know if it's like a ley line thing where it's just on a very magnetic part of the earth that draw people there. But it's scary. It's not a place that I would want to go. I would not want to see a human like that was, you know, in their last attempts of their life and just didn't make it. It's really upsetting to me. But anyway, you guys tell me what you guys think down in the comment. Feel free to give a like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. Would you guys go visit the forest? Would you just go for a walk in like the good part, or would you actually venture on in? I'm going to say that I don't really want to, but you guys feel free to let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.